Hello and welcome back to your own channel Indian Defense Analysis, where we bring to you all the latest development happening in the defense sector.
We all know that the expansionist China will not limit itself to South China Sea and will be expanding its fang into the peaceful waters of Indian Ocean. China has leased Hambantota port from Sri Lanka for 99 years following its debt trap diplomacy right in the backwaters of India. The port overlooking the Indian Ocean is expected to play a key role in China's Belt and Road Initiative, which will link ports and roads between China and Europe. In 2017, at the middle of its 3-year ramping up of military assistance and economic investment, China established its first overseas military base in Djibouti on the coast of the Horn of Africa. Djibouti is a strategic entrance to the Red Sea corridor across Yemen, also hosts military installation from United States, Germany, Spain, Italy, France, UK, Japan and Saudi Arabia. China's military base in Djibouti hosts a dock reportedly capable of accommodating aircraft carriers and nuclear submarines. Beijing is also planning to establish a permanent military installation at Equatorial Guinea, and this will be its second military base in Africa. The new base will not only complement utility of Chinese deep-water commercial port in Bata, Equatorial Guinea that accommodates its warship, but will also project Dragons powered directly towards North America and Europe. On April 19th, China and Solomon Islands signed a framework agreement on security cooperation, which had alarmed both Australia and New Zealand. This will enable China to deploy its military forces in the country right on the top of Australia. These foreign military bases of China is aimed to protect its maritime interest and maintain the dominance. From the perspective of India, we are mainly focused on Indian Ocean region, and now with inclusion into Quad also expanded it to Indo-Pacific. In order to safeguard its maritime interest in Indian Ocean region, India had sought access to Agalega Island in 2015 to develop an air and naval staging point for surveillance of southwest Indian Ocean region. Agalega is a small, remote island of Mauritius located in the southwest Indian Ocean and 1,122 kilometers north of Mauritius. It consists of two sparsely populated islands, North Agalega and South Agalega. The island is just 12 kilometers long and 1.5 kilometers wide, with a population of less than 300 people. Many of us would not have heard about this island, but it's now the hub of construction activities. The Agalega base will be strategically important to India for facilitating both air and surface maritime patrols in southwest Indian Ocean as an intelligence outpost. It will also facilitate maritime patrols over Mozambique Channel, which is now a popular passage for large commercial ships, particularly oil tankers. India and Mauritius have agreed on setting up and upgradation of infrastructure for improving sea and air connectivity at the outer islands of Mauritius, which will go a long way in improving the condition of the inhabitant of the remote islands and improving the facilities used by Mauritian Coast Guard. The Agalega Island will also allow Indian Navy to closely observe shipping routes around southern Africa, which accounts for major Chinese energy imports. These islands will also prove to be useful location for communication and electronic intelligence facilities. The recent satellite image from Google Earth shows a major airfield and port developments are well underway. If you compare the most recent image of Google Earth to the same location as seen in 2014, you can clearly see a new 3,000-meter runway which is capable of hosting Indian Navy's P-8I Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft. These aircrafts have very high endurance and are submarine hunters. The satellite imagery from 20th April 2022 shows hangars large enough to house the Indian Navy's P-8I submarine hunting aircraft and are under construction next to the newly built runway. The hangar measures 180 feet long and 200 feet wide, big enough to house large military aircraft such as P-8Is, which measures 123 feet in length and has a wingspan of 126 feet. You can also see an existing airfield in the middle of island, which seems to be very small compared to the newly developed one. The existing 800-meter long landing strip is good enough for Mauritian Coast Guard's propeller planes, but the newest airstrip will be as long as the runways used in the biggest aeroplanes in the world at large international airports. The satellite images also shows some construction of structures like barracks and fields, which could be a parade grounds or sporting facilities located near the north end of the runway. This base on Agalega will cement India's presence in Southwest Indian Ocean and facilitate its power projection aspiration in this region, and at the same time keeping the Dragon at the bay.
This was today's update. Please let us know what is your views about these in comments section. Feel free to post your comments and suggestions about any topic related to defense sector on which you want to hear from us. With this, I would like to say goodbye and Jai Hind friends. Please like and subscribe our video if you have not done already. We will be soon back with more interesting and amazing development happening in defense sector.